Hey, everybody. Today on our MP podcast, all about music and psychology, I want to talk to you a little bit about nutrition versus comfort. Now, stop. Before you think this is a class on food, don't go. Something came to my mind the other day, and I wanted to talk to you about it a bit. The other day, I was eating, I don't know, a tangerine or a blueberry, and I realized that while I have fresh fruit and fresh vegetables in the house, plenty for the children and my family, I hardly eat a lot of it myself. And once I do, I realize how much my body is craving the vitamins, the nutrition. And the reason is that a lot of times I'm more focused on making sure my family has a balanced diet, that I add fruit and vegetables to their plate when I'm preparing lunches and dinners, but I don't as often make sure I have some too. I'll make myself food and things that I like, but a lot of times when it comes to the real nutritious stuff, I just get a little bit and my mind is more preoccupied with making sure everyone else has that balance. And I realized that when it comes to food, my relationship has often been one more of comfort versus nutrition. Again, this is not a class on nutrition or food. Bear with me. What do I mean by that? Food can mean different things to different people. Depending on how healthy or unhealthy our relationship with food is, will relate to it differently. The purpose of food is supposed to be nutrition, right? It gives us vitamins and minerals and iron and protein and all the things we need. And it nourishes our body so we can turn that into energy and keep living life. But food can also be comforting. And I'll treat myself to plenty of things. I have a sweet tooth or I enjoy savory food. And I will eat for comfort. I might make myself a delicious Capri salad with tomatoes, mozzarella, and balsamic vinaigrette. I'll make myself things that I love and I'll enjoy. But a lot of times I look forward to those meals because it's comforting. It's me time. It means I get to watch a movie, have my snack, kids are taken care of, everybody's somewhere else. Peace and quiet for me. Comfort. Versus really feeding myself with the nutritious things throughout the day or the week as much as I am for my family. And it made me think about life and the parallel I see between nutrition and comfort in regards to survival versus thriving. A lot of times in life, we are going through life and we are just surviving. We're running around, we're busy, trying to pay the bills, trying to make do, trying to cope with our childhood trauma and our relational issues, but we're not thriving. Thriving would imply that you're going above and beyond, that something is blooming. It's not just barely making it, it's blooming, it's thriving. And I feel that has a lot to do with psychology for obvious reasons, but even with music, because in music, we find various compositions giving us an experience that is taking us from A to B, but not just in a linear way. We're not just experiencing cause and effect. I hit the drum, there's a sound. I am pressing a key and there's a melody. There is transition where multiple instruments come together and they build a journey. And A, being the beginning of the song, taking us to B, the end, or Z, the end of the song, is not just linear. It is not just a cause and effect. It is a beautiful combination of multiple choices leading to a reaction, multiple keys being pressed, multiple drums being hit at the same time in various levels of intensity. And now this cause leading to a beautiful composition of music. And it has this impact on our soul, right? It makes us feel good. It makes us want to dance. It reminds me of the concept of thriving. It's not just surviving. It's not just doing the bare minimum, hitting that gong once, playing the key. It's a composition that is taking us crescendo, a build-up. A good song, a good composition will take us from A to B on this journey like a roller coaster. We're going up the mountain. There's a climax, the peak of the mountain, and then things fade away. Various compositions will have various styles, but it is thriving to me. Music thrives. It makes us thrive, but even the composition itself is this journey of going above and beyond, of experiencing beyond comfort, our soul being fed, being nurtured. And psychologically, just as much as music does that and takes us on these journeys, our psyche, our mind, our spirit need the same thing. We look to different things in life, relationships, food, movies, reaction videos, podcasts. We do things to feed our soul because we're hungry. Our psyche needs stimulation. We need someone to talk to. Some of us process externally. We talk and we process what we're feeling just by sharing or hearing someone else share. Others process internally, internal processors. They need to think, they need quiet time. There's so many facets to people and to personalities, but it's fascinating to me because when we are thriving versus just surviving, we're able to go from barely making it and coping in spite of our childhood trauma and our relational struggles and our need to make ends meet. We're going to a place of actually healing where we are thriving, where we're not just making it in spite of our childhood trauma, we are growing from it, we're learning from it to the point that we can help other people, that we can inspire, to the point that we can be better for our children. Talk to me a little bit. What does that look like for you in your day to day life when you're thriving versus surviving? And again, let's go back to the food reference, right? Beyond just looking for comfort in food, nurturing ourselves. What does that look like for you on a day to day? What has been your experience in your life where you just survived compared to the times where you feel like you're thriving? And give me an example of songs that have done that for you. What are some songs that come to mind that make you feel like you're thriving, either because the song makes you feel that way or because the song actually talks about that? I'd love to know. But I would encourage you, the focus of this podcast today, as short as it may be, is that you would be encouraged to keep doing the hard work to nurture your body, not just comfort it, not just be reactive to things going on in your life, but be proactive, actually be present and nurture your body and thrive, both through music, in your psyche, in your mind, with the food you eat, the things you do. But that's my goal for this season of my life, to nurture myself. So that being said, I'm going to enjoy my water and keep moving on with my day. I hope you enjoyed this little podcast I bring to you today. Make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for more. I'll see you on the next ride. Heyo!